For a person to be a disruptive thinker, I think they stand out because they're obviously not status quo people. They tend to value the opinions of everyone. And that really is where change comes from, is from listening. I mean, the biggest disruptors or the most successful industry disruptions usually occur when a corporation brings in someone who is intuitive and smart and lets them essentially tell the corporation what to do, rather than being pigeonholed in the corporation telling them what to do. So it's I think, rooted in common sense. And finally, it seems we're getting there. Empathy is really at the core of being a cold case investigator. And it's also the most frustrating thing when you don't see it in others you would expect to have it. There's an old Seinfeld episode called the Penske File, where Costanza's walking around with an empty manila folder and he pretends it's a valuable case he's working on. It's just a prop. Unfortunately, the reality is, and I see this throughout the world, cold cases, unsolved murders, become Penske files for many police departments, where they are really just elaborate props to make it look like they're working on something, and in reality, they're not. And it's because, the term cold case has become sort of sexy in recent years, and people are very into forensics, but the everyday reality is that they're not treated with the same seriousness as you would expect, or certainly like you see on TV, which is why I opened with a discussion about television. My program, the Cold Case Society at Western, squares with this year's theme of identity perfectly, because these are students who, again, as I mentioned, are looking for purpose, and their identity is crystallized through the work that we do. And as I said, everyone has an inner crime fighter they want to get in touch with, so that is a latent identity I think more people have than they're aware of. So sometimes they just need dramatic examples to spur them into action. My secret identity, probably Indiana Jones, which I mentioned in my talk, because, and I should credit, a student came up with this years ago, because he said, actually she said, you're away on the summer or on sabbatical on these dangerous missions, and then you come back and teach a class, and you have this duality about you that is very, Indiana Jones was a professor, and then a crime-fighting / treasure-hunting adventurist, and I guess that's what I am.